Hey guys, I thought this would be a really cool video to put together. It's something I've actually taken some stuff out of a course I'm running at the moment to put in this because I think it's really, really important. I get it a lot. I do get it a lot. And this was me once upon a time. The question, what is my purpose? I don't know my purpose. I don't know my life purpose, whether it's clients on consults or clients who work with me or people I'm just talking at events or anything like that. I might even get the question, how did you discover your purpose? And that's an easy one for me to answer. I literally asked, what am I on this planet for? Now, it didn't come to me overnight. It actually came when I started working on myself, when I hired a coach, when I was investing in programs and everything. I really found a love for it and a passion for it. Now, the key word passion there, and I'll get to more of that soon and why it's really important when we're talking about purpose and life purpose. Now, for some people out there too, it just drops in, just randomly. It's like, oh my God, this is what I'm here to do. The amount of conversations I've had with successful people that say that sort of blows my mind. At the same time, this video is for you if you find that you are asking that question or you're feeling you're living a life that doesn't feel fulfilling. Your cup's not being filled by what you're doing. You might be in a job that you're good at, but there's something missing. And you might be leaning towards, why am I here? What am I actually doing? You might be stuck on the hamster wheel and you want to get off, but you got no energy to do it. You got no inspiration. So, man, this is the video for you. So whenever I'm stuck, depends how much emotion's coming up. Emotion can always have us ungrounded and try to take us off the path. But whenever I'm stuck, asking powerful questions generally is a great way to start to be curious about what I'm stuck on. Maybe it's a challenge, maybe it's a roadblock, or I'm on a plateau. And when it comes to asking about life purpose, which it's a big deal, let's face it, but I think a lot of people make it such a big deal that that's the thing that stops them. But there's some key questions you can just ask yourself. I've taken some notes out of some of the work that I do with clients here because we go to depths in this. Of course, I'm running at the moment. We go to the depths in this because it is one of the big things I find with men who come to me. They know that they're here for more, and we really dig into this. So some key questions to ask if you don't know your purpose, or you're just playing around with the question, or like some of the things I mentioned, you definitely have to set aside some time and put some thought into it. Maybe journal some stuff out without questions. Just brainstorm some stuff. Whatever questions come to mind for you, just jot it down without an outcome, without the attachment to go, I need to find my purpose by doing this. That's the tough part. Now, you can ask yourself, what do I stand for? What do I stand for in life? What do I believe in? Keyword again, what am I passionate about? Maybe what impact? Now, not everyone is impact driven, so to say. Not everyone wants to be a coach or an influencer or a public speaker or anything like that, or a business leader or a politician. Not everyone wants to do that. Maybe you're wanting clarity. Maybe you are like a mum or a dad and you love that, but you're not seeing it as your life purpose. It could be what it is. But if you're not clear on it, this is something you might want to make an impact in regards to legacy for your family. But you haven't really nutted this out yet, haven't really looked at it and say, yeah, it's actually what I'm here. How do you want to be remembered? So that segue from legacy, how do you want to be remembered? Remembering that legacy is something that's this lifetime, next lifetime, it gets passed down. These are powerful, powerful things to ask yourself. And again, put some thought into this. Be present to this. Give yourself some space and some time. And again, I think the key to this is what are you most passionate about? For me, I found a passion for helping other people from the results I was getting from helping myself and being helped by other people who are passionate about growth. And it's just evolved from there. And that's another key thing to know. I think a lot of people get stuck thinking, I need to find my life purpose and that's it. Or maybe you have started on a path where you may have discovered something that really lights you up, but it's feeling a bit stale and you mightn't feel aligned anymore. Your purpose can change, and that's okay. Like, my purpose hasn't changed, but it's definitely evolved. Like, I've really narrowed it down to like the people I want to help and that. So impact is really important to me. What I'm going to be remembered for. What am I passing on to my kids? Not one kid at the moment, might be kids. And passion is the key thing here. Passion's like the energy. If you're not passionate about something, how do you go about like taking action on it? Maybe it has you procrastinate and just not take action, or you'll half-ass it. That doesn't have you feel very good. Again, I can use the example of people in jobs. They might be good at their job. They might be good, but it doesn't light them up. They're not passionate about it. They might be passionate about aspects of it, but it's not the thing. And when you're not passionate about something, and that's what your life is full of, it's a drainer of energy. You might feel down. You don't feel fulfilled. And it generally has people stuck not wanting to do anything extra or more to maybe unlock what their true purpose may be. And there's key questions you can ask too. Like, if you don't know what you're passionate about, this is another block for a lot of people. They may know they're passionate about certain things, but they might not be willing to look at that and go, no, I can't do that because of maybe money stuff, money belief systems. Again, career, I don't have the time for that. Oh no, well, that would be selfish. But you need to be clear on what you're passionate about. And I would come to this before even asking the question about what is my purpose? What is my life purpose? Again, give this some time. Ask some questions. I've got some here. I love this. It's like, what is most important to you to do that is meaningful to you and it means the world to you? So you can ask that in 3 separate questions, or you can ask that as one. It's a very in-depth question. And something I like with questions, if you're stuck on this and like nothing's coming out or you can't write, it's like, if I was to know, put that statement or that part, if I was to know, what am I most passionate about, or what lights me up, or what is meaningful to me? Another question, what do I spend my time doing that I love, that fills my cup? A lot of people don't give enough awareness to this. Some examples for me, I love playing golf. I do. I love going fishing. I love going out into nature. Then things fill my cup. And you're going to find that when you go into some of these, like, what do you do in your spare time? That's an easy question. Here's what makes this question powerful. What do you love to do in your spare time? Now, some of you might, I don't have spare time. If you give this presence and time and do these questions properly, you're going to notice that you probably do fill pockets of the time with something you love. It's just about bringing awareness to this. What else have we got here? Oh, I like this one. What activity do you do that passes the time away the fastest? I love this question. It's like, time isn't real. It's not. It's a construct. But you're so into it that before you know it, oh my God, there's the day. Have you ever had days like that? What were you doing on them days? What were the parts that you're like, oh, wow, yeah. So again, asking powerful questions is going to generally start to get into the more depth of what you're passionate about. And with passion being the key or the energy that drives you to live your purpose, you would think it's a really important thing to nut out and own. I'm passionate about this. I stand for this. It's a question that was in the purpose stuff. And again, there's a lot more depth and a lot more questions that I go to when I'm working with clients with this. But sometimes it only takes a couple of questions to really open them up, like it did me. It didn't take much for me. I asked a question when I lost a friend to suicide in the mines. 2 years later, I really started like investing in myself. I'd already started working on myself the best I could, but doing things my way, wasn't getting the desired results. But as soon as I was like doing that, it just landed. I'm like, I can do this. But on that journey of that self-discovery and that's where it really started to unlock. And that was a lot of asking of questions. Not only sitting down, I was like people there, and I had lots of examples around me of people living their purpose. And that's a key thing too. I would bet if this is something that you're watching now and you're like, you look around in your life, you've probably been inspired or motivated by someone that you've seen. Again, I mentioned some examples earlier. Maybe a coach, maybe an influencer, maybe someone you've seen speak on stage or on the TV. Not that I watch TV, but maybe you do. I don't know. And you've got something in you like, oh, I'd love to be able to do something like that. There's always little signs around us. Always. So if energy is if passion is the energy we need to pursue our purpose, and we're doing things in our life that we're not passionate about, what do you think may need to shift? And this is where most people stop. This is where most people will let their inner stuff dictate their actions. And their actions will generally be like, oh, I will start pursuing my purpose. It's going to cost me money. When I make more money. If you've got a story, when I get to this, I will do this, unless it's a goal, and you're going to layer it, you're generally going to stay here and you're going to go around in circles. Maybe you are like restricted for time. It's just your perception of time. Go back to that key question about asking, like, well, what do you do that you've noticed passes the time really quickly? Just look at your life. What lights you up? What do you love? What do you spend your spare time doing? These questions start to unlock this. So when you look at it, why aren't you living your purpose now? So ask yourself, if I was to know, why aren't I living my purpose now? If you've got some inkling or some awareness, and a lot of people have got some idea. Again, there's signals and signs all around us. But what's some of the other things that could block you? Maybe you're comparing yourself to other people. It's like, I can never do that, but. You might see someone on stage. You might go to an event or a seminar and you're like, oh, that's amazing. I'd love to do that, but I could never be like that because I'm not confident. I'm not confident enough. Oh, my story is not as powerful as his or hers. I don't like public speaking. This is all your inner stuff. And that can be worked on. And that's where the real depth comes to this. Again, I'm just dropping some starting points for you here. But it's really, really important if you are feeling unfulfilled in life. If you're asking the question, what am I here for? What is my purpose? To start somewhere and dig into it. Another key thing that really helps, maybe drop the whole, I want to know my life purpose right away. Let it evolve. Let it come into you. Like, let it drop in when you're like doing something you love. Break it down. Like, what is my purpose for this week? What is my purpose for today? And it could be like, I use the word intention, but what is my purpose? And that's why, this is a big reason too, I go back to passion, why my calendar is fill things on with what I'm passionate about. My passions first and foremost. Things that fill my cup, because that is the energy that helps me when I'm working with others, when I'm running events, when I'm traveling, when I'm doing client sessions, when I'm just doing content. That's why I love doing content sometimes in these videos. It's because it's that energy I'm passionate about sharing my message and what my mission is, helping people. That's that underlying drive when I've had a night, like this week, or 4 nights in a row, where my son's woken up at 2:30 in the morning, coughing his guts up, and I'm awake. I'm getting like 3 or 4 hours sleep some nights. It's that different sort of energy. So, again, if anything, if you've got this far in this video, it's just a really big prompt. See it as a pair of scissors slicing through the top of the envelope that just opens it up enough for you to be present to what comes out. Because when we get curious about this sort of thing and we ask these questions and more questions, we generally, either two things happen. We're like, that makes sense. And something just drops in, and then you go from there. You get curious again, or you take action. And the other thing that can happen here is like, you're like, maybe your stuff comes up and there's your sign for where you need to work on some things that's probably going to be clouding the vision or blocking the path or blocking the clarity. When you work through that, then the insights will come. So again, keep this under 20 minutes. Passion, purpose, whatever you feel is holding you back, I really hope this has added some value to you. Definitely reach out if you want some more guidance around this. Again, this is something that I'm passionate about. I have been for a long time. I love seeing people not only not just live a life where they're filling their cup and they're happy and they're joyful, and I can see the difference it makes in their life. Again, we don't have to put it in the container of like, oh my God, my life purpose, and make a huge deal out of it. Again, that could be the block for you right now, but I just love seeing people lit up by what they're doing in the planet, and I love helping people with that. So I hope this has helped you guys. Again, more content to come. I'm really just trusting my inner guidance with what content I put out at the moment on YouTube and across all our video channels and wherever I'm putting it. But again, feedback is great too. I would love to get some feedback too if you're loving this, or if you want me to talk about something or teach on something. Plenty of, and last but not least, like, subscribe, share if you feel called to, if you feel this would add value to anyone else's life. See you later.